In a Minecraft social experiment, I have decided to test the abilities of 200 players to live in society. Not like my other experiments, I've placed all of them on the same island, which means that they will have to try to create their own teams, elect leaders, build society, and even go to war, all by themselves. And the most important part is that just like in real life, if you die, you are dead forever. Everything that happened during this experiment has chained up to create an insane story that, trust me, you don't want to miss. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nations. Just before we start, if you wish to participate in future videos like this one, make sure to subscribe and join the Nations Discord. On day 1, right when we started the server, all the players joined and were teleported to the center of the map, right on top of this mountain where the adventure will start. I started randomly teleporting to players to see what they were up to, and I could already see some players waiting for each other to form some little exploration groups. It was clear that everyone's priority was to find food, materials, and a place to pass the first night. So everyone kinda grinded their way up to have the basic tools and armor. During the entirety of this video, you will see people with that kind of gear. This is because in order to limit PvP and make it dependent on manpower and not skills, we disabled a lot of items and made them only available through hidden loot on the map. So basically, this is the maximum gear you can get through crafting. Right when the sun started to set on the first night, we could already see a bunch of groups building camps to pass the night. Those same camps will soon be equipped with farms to provide everyone with food and mines to get materials. Also, a lot of members will be joining those camps during the entirety of the day. When someone didn't have a team, they would most likely join the first camp they found. A good example of that is a group called the INS, who happened to all be in the same area and decided to join forces to create their own group. They settled down between those two white rocks and built a farm to have food and live there. But they were not the only ones to do that. Other groups were starting to form, like Mandem, who already had an entire city by the end of day 1, the Legion, who took over this island to start their base, and a group called Dawn, who also settled near the lake to construct a city called Concordia. Pretty soon, the moon was shining high in the sky, and everyone went to bed with great ambitions for day 2. Day 2 just started. The first thing that players were doing on this new day was to upgrade their camps to actual cities that will be better on the long term and more fitting to build society. Talking about society, let's take a better look at this group called Mandem. Just at the beginning of day 2, they decided to organize themselves better and elect a leader. They all gathered up in an area and candidates gave their best speeches.
Alright, hey everyone, so my name is Colors and I think I'd be a great pick for this position, and the only reason why is because I have done this before. And in real life, I'm actually a firefighter.
Hi everyone, I am Jervy, I'm 21 years old, and I do think that I would be a great leader for the nation because I've always been in a leader position. I always love to be the person who helps the community out.
After that, they all had a vote and a player called Jervy won the election and was now the leader of Mandem, the first king to be elected. Jervy, I know you guys need to rush and everything, but alright, this here is the thing. I wish you the best.
Yes!
The group also felt like their location was not the most optimal, and that they needed a new place to build a great city. So they packed all their stuff up, hopped in boats, and started sailing to a new location. Other groups also had election to get a leader to guide them. The INS gathered up and elected a player called Lumonium as their leader, and formed this government composed of multiple people in power. Over at the Dawn base, the group also had election, but let's say that it didn't happen as expected. In the middle of the election, their base was getting robbed by a player called Poland and his teammate. They decided to interrupt the election and chase them, but while chasing them, the bandit entered the house that they had trapped and managed to kill 2 members of Dawn who were running for leader, and then escaped.
He put slabs.
The morale of the group was down, but anyways, they ran the election and Code 404 was elected as the Dawn leader. Also, by that time, Mandem had arrived to their new location and started working on their new city. The Legion group still didn't have a leader because they were quite in a weird position where 2 groups were actually living in the same city. The Legion and a group called Schuffenheim that was led by Shuf123 both wanted this island for themselves. We will soon see how they will manage to sort this out. Day 3 started with something quite surprising that I didn't really expect. 4 more teams were created. I guess that players didn't really want to be all part of the same groups and wanted to be more dispersed into different groups to have more freedom. Anyways, I will skip the details, but the new groups were called Fish, the Hobbit, the Sanctuary, and the Merged Alliance. Those new groups all had leaders and people in charge. The only difference is that they had less manpower compared to early formed and established groups, which they will try to resolve in the upcoming future. Mandem had already started working on their new city at their new location, created a council to help out their main leader, and even created variations of their banner depending on their roles, so members of the group can be recognized by the design they have on their shield. I gotta say, this is pretty cool. For the INS, they were getting themselves ready and more equipped for potential battles, and mainly gathering resources such as food or building materials, because after hearing the rumors that they might have more islands on the map, they were planning on going on a huge exploration journey the next day to find a new place to move their base. Everyone seems in a pretty peaceful state at the moment, where different groups are really focused on developing their society, or at least, most of them. Remember how those two groups were living on the same island? Well, one of them, the Legion, officially declared itself as an independent group, and therefore the official owners and resident of the island. The other group, called Schuffenheim, didn't really appreciate that, because their plan was to take the island for themselves, so they decided to talk it out with them, and here is what happened.
Listen man, we have no problem, okay, with you. We just want one thing. All under one name. And sadly, this is not negotiable. We want this to be our name. This group behind me, okay?
I see. Is that
What
really all the options?
Look, I'll even take off my armor to show you like that I don't actually mean any harm, okay? It's either we group up or we kill each other for a stupid crown.
They get the crown, we ally, and then, like, that's it. We're still allies, we don't have to change our name, you guys can choose whatever name you want, you guys just get the crown, and we're still allies, so we listen to
Lucas, what do you think? Do you think that we should follow them?
Outcome. We want...
Oh my god.
We want war. We want to cause chaos. You don't like chaos, and as you said before, you want to protect people. And I'm telling you, we don't need protection, actually. Actually, 3 of us could probably take all of you.
Okay, probably.
We're offering you to either stay or get the f*** out.
After this encounter, the Legion submitted to Schuf's terms and decided to merge their team with Schuffenheim. The group was now called CHF, and Schuf123 was self-proclaimed leader. Oh, and by the way, right after that, they kind of found one of the players who was on their kill list for being associated with one of their enemies passing by, so they decided to kill him. The worst part is that it's not even someone on their team that killed them. This player called Raspin was just passing by and saw someone getting chased by 20 players, so he decided to help them out and kill the guy.
Oh.
Wait. Rasplin?
Rasplin? I can explain.
He was kind of scared of them after doing it, so he just towered up to hide, which I found pretty hilarious. Talking of Rasplin, he recently challenged me to sub-raise to 100k, and he's kinda getting the lead, so if you want to help me win, desaturate that sub button. Anyways, that was everything for day 3. From now on, stuff will really start to spice up. On the start of this new day, the INS has found a new island on the map and decided to build their new base on it. They all moved and started the construction of this huge tower that will soon be their main storage area and living area. They also worked on the land around it to turn it into a nice little village. At Mandem, everyone was getting ready for a wedding, but this wedding is not what you think it is. It's a diversion for something way bigger. Some members of Mandem didn't want Jervy to be their leader anymore, and decided to try to assassinate him. They knew that a wedding was happening today, and that everyone would be distracted by it. Everyone is gathering up. The leader Jervy is here, and he'll be the one to marry the couple. At the same time, a player called Nick C will be meeting with IDK, who the rebellion has planned for to be the new leader. IDK gave a ton of explosives to Nick, for him to prepare the trap that would kill Jervy. They both separated, and Nick headed back to Mandem, where the wedding was just about to start. Everyone gathered up and the ceremony started. While everyone was busy watching the wedding, Nick sneaked into the storage room at Mandem and started planting the bomb that will kill the leader. And luckily for him, everyone was way too busy looking at the wedding to notice anything. Something else that I have to mention that is crucial to the plan. Mandem has a second in command called Bittersweet, a player that will take Jervy's place if he happens to die, so they had to kill her as well. Just before the wedding, IDK and another member of the rebellion told her that they had to meet urgently with a member of another group, and she agreed to come with them. Little did she know that the people meeting them were commissioned to kill her as soon as the bomb went off in Mandem. Everything was ready. Nick finished the trap and joined the wedding. Bittersweet was out with IDK, getting ready to get killed. Now all they had to do is wait.
Got the storage room right here. I just need to go do something real quick. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so just inside you can get it. It has pretty valuable stuff, so please just don't.
Yeah, let me check.
Right as the bomb went off in Mandem, two players went out of their hiding spot and killed Bittersweet before running into the distance. Mandem was left in chaos. A player called Meme, the head of the military, tried to take stuff into his hands, but quickly, the members of the rebellion managed to pressure everyone into nominating IDK to be the new leader. This was the perfect crime. IDK was now leader of Mandem, and the assassination had worked flawlessly. You might think this is the most conflict possible that might happen in a day, but you are wrong, my friend. On the other side of the map, at the CHF base, the group is just about to face some enemies. Remember the guy they killed yesterday? Well, his friends came to take revenge. After a little face-off, the two groups started shooting at each other and a fight broke out. CHF started attacking them. They even messaged their main allies, the INS, to come and help them out, who sent their leader and a couple of soldiers to back them up. And trust me, that was wild. There was 30 people to defend here against 3 offenders. This looked way too cool.
If you see anyone, I don't care who it is, staying with either Arku or Emerald, you notify us and it's a kill on sight, okay?
They defended their city for a while and then decided to chase their enemies down and kill them one by one. They might have lost some of their members, but the enemy was defeated, and it marked the start of a great alliance between CHF and the INS. Just before this day ended, the Dawn group realized that they were not the strongest and lacking manpower. They decided to ally with another small group and quickly found themselves with the group called the Hobbits. It was working so well between them that they decided to merge the two groups into one, now called the Dawn of the Hobbits, with the old Hobbit leader as their king, Dolly. Day 5. So let me give you some info. There are two groups that will soon be merged, the Sanctuary and the Merge Alliance. Inspired by what Dawn and the Hobbits did, they decided to merge as well. They traveled to the same island as the INS and started to work on a base together. After a while, they made an election, and the old TMA leader Riva was re-elected to be the leader of the now merged group that will be called the Merge Sanctuary. They will also soon join the INS and CHF in their alliance, and the 3 of them will all ally together. I'm telling you this because it will be relevant in the future. On the other side of the map, Shuf got some information that Mandem was planning to attack his group. Well, that was not actually true. Mandem was not planning to start any kind of attack on his group, it was only rumors. But either way, Shuf saw that was truth, so he decided to invite one of the officers of Mandem and take her hostage. Here's how it went.
There's some problems with Mandem right now.
Yeah, I know. I was just in a call with a bunch of other people about the council. Yeah?
I want you to drop your armor, please. Trust me, trust me, please, trust me, please.
Okay.
I don't want you to die. Charm, drop.
Here.
Thank you, thank you. No one, if anyone kills Charm, he's dead.
Okay.
Okay, Charm, I'm sorry, but you're now hostage of CHF. Charm, if you try anything or try to run, you'll die along with your nation.
I mean, as long as I can fish, I'm happy here. So.
Here you go, wait. Here you go.
Shuf had no plans to hurt the hostage. He just wanted to use her as a bait, to have the upper hand on a possible conflict. The hostage was under surveillance, and Shuf called for a meeting with IDK on the next day to sort the situation out. We'll see how this goes. Meanwhile, I was doing some stuff as well. You see, there is that player called Emerald who attacked Schuffenheim the other day, and he survived. But the issue is, he kept on coming back to their base, trying to kill one person. And every time CHF tries to face him, he just skittles out with his boat for an hour. It did create some funny situations like that.
Like
Also,
yeah,
hi Gonkus, you're just kind of standing near me.
okay, well, I'm heading back.
Yeah, nice.
Oh. What?
Oh.
What the f***?
Oh my god.
But it was starting to annoy me, so I killed him. Alright, at least I built him a nice grave.
Time to die, boys!
Farewell, it's been good.
GG! Let's go!
Oh god, how do I get out of that? Transition, day 6! IGK, the leader of Mandem, has prepared himself. Shuf told him that he had to come alone to Schuffenheim, and that if anyone would come with him, the hostage would be instantly killed. IDK was careful though. He prepared an Enderpearl sales chamber to be teleported back, in case of anything bad happening. He just arrived. Shuf, his second-in-command Alex, and his general Rasplin all welcomed him and took him to the meeting room. I will leave you with what Shuf has to say.
I trust you. I don't trust your nation. Since the last leader died, okay, things have been very volatile in Mandem. Very volatile. People doing their own thing, no one listening to you, people going off on their own. This is not good. I don't want to say you're doing a bad job, you're doing a wonderful job. Your people are doing a bad job. People have planned an attack on me. Are you aware of this?
Not really, no.
Do you know that your members are planning to take over and kill each other? Are you even aware of this?
I was not.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna just cut straight to what's happening. Mandem, right now, as of right now, is our biggest enemy. I'm sorry for this. This is why I had to have Charm hostage. This is why you are here. So we can discuss things. I have 2 solutions. One of them involves you dying with all your people. One of them involves no one dying. If you turn down my offer, you'll be considered as a greedy king, and you would have let down your people. My offer is simple. You can't hold this crown anymore. Your people are not listening to you. This crown, dude, it's only on your head. It's only a symbol. It's doing nothing. Who the f is mining up? I'm gonna kill. I want you to let go of the crown and give it to my man here, Alex, my second in command. He'll be taking over Mandem.
I got out.
I told you, if you don't listen, that means Mandem is dead.
IDK didn't want to agree with Shuf's terms and used his escape method to get out. This means that now Mandem is at war, but Shuf has an alliance, which means that Mandem, one of the most powerful groups, is at war with the entire world. And it went pretty bad for them. Even though I thought they were gonna defend themselves pretty well, a lot of the members left Mandem and joined other groups because they were too scared to die. Also, Mandem decided to disperse, which means that they were even more vulnerable to any kind of attacks. They talked together and decided to go back to their base, to have a memorial for everyone that died and meet all together a last time before a battle. Little did they know that the people organizing the ceremony was not on their side.
Oh my god. Ebony, get in the bloody middle or I swear to god, I'm going to eat a horse.
There's TNT below! There's TNT below! Run! There's TNT below! Everyone run away! There's a fucking TNT! There's a fucking TNT!
No!
After that, some of the CHF soldiers were passing by and finished off the little that was left of Mandem. The Dawn of the Hobbits were also here, but didn't do anything. They just watched them get destroyed. A group that was on top, that had the most members, the biggest city, has fallen in less than an hour, all by themselves, by the fear of getting killed.
I told you, if you don't listen, that means Mandem is dead.
Yesterday, Shuf and his allies won the war against Mandem without even having to battle. Their enemies were so scared of them that they self-destructed themselves. And all of that is getting to Shuf's head. He is starting to feel untouchable, like he owns the world, like he can take down anyone he wants. And it's never good when power gets up to your head. Shuf has a plan. He wants to control the world, but there is one thing in his way: his allies. After a talk with his council, he decided to set up a fake meeting with the INS and the TMA leader, where he will be killing them. But he will not be able to do that alone. Shuf knew that the Hobbits group had an amazing army, and he would not be able to take them down in any way. So he decided to meet up with their leader and have a talk.
Yeah.
I'm going crazy, by the way. So.
Uh-oh, that's not very good.
He's crazy.
So and like I like you, Dolly. You're the only leader I actually like. I don't like that Lumonium guy. You see, he's the leader of I don't like him. He's delusional. He's crazy. He can snap at any moment. He's even crazier than I am.
Okay, and that's the leader of TMS.
No, INS and TMS.
Oh, INS. They're both crazy. Oh, okay.
Crazy cookie.
There is something you need to know because he still didn't log. Oh, he logged in. Oh, Erku got revived by Lumonium.
What?
Fuck! What? This changes everything.
Hey, that man, doing Erku too.
Okay, yeah. Erku 2, yes.
If you're confused about what they're talking about, let me explain. On the server, there is a way to revive people who are dead, using a totem of second chance that is only obtainable through hidden loot. The INS use one of those totems to revive a player called Erku, and let's say that this guy is not really appreciated by Shuf and Dolly. After a little talk, they now had an agreement. The Hobbits will be helping Shuf to take the two leaders down. Shuf went back to Schuffenheim and prepared a trapped meeting room. The Hobbits came with him and were hidden underground next to the room to finish off the two leaders in case they survived the explosion that was planned to kill them. It seems like explosive killing leaders is a running team this season. I swear, what is wrong with people and bombs? Anyways, everything was ready. Shuf messaged the two leaders and told them to meet up. Riva, the TMA leader, showed up, but Lumonium, the INS leader, was nowhere to be seen. He knew that Shuf had something up his sleeves and decided to not show up. Back at Schuffenheim, they realized that he was not gonna show up, so they took the decision to kill Riva. He went down the meeting room and... Lumonium was now sure that Shuf was not on their side anymore, and told all his troops to prepare for an eventual war. The TMA were shocked and decided to stick with the INS and go to their base to help them prepare for war. But for Shuf, he just achieved his goal again, and the power is going even more up to his head. He is mad at the INS leader for not coming to the meeting, and wants control over everything. He had a quick talk with Dolly, and they both understood that war is coming. They both prepared their troops and started marching to the INS base. And when they arrived, the two sides have only one goal: kill everyone on the other team.
Guys, everyone up. They TNT'd us. Jump down.
Oh, they're fleeing, bro. These guys. Fleeing. Imagine.
After a very long battle, the INS and TMA fled their base by boat and went to a safe spot to heal and prepare again, because they lost some of their men, right after the sun settled down on this dark day. The final day. The two teams are scared of what will happen to them, to their friends, to their nation. They all knew that the end was near, that they would have to battle out to the death. Shuf and his team were never more bloodthirsty, and the INS TMS were just sad about everything that was happening, and it would really have to end up like that. But they also felt like it was the only solution. The leaders of the two sides talked together and decided to meet up and finally settle this down in a battle. Each team went to a side, and the leaders went to the middle of the battleground to to have a last conversation.
It's coming to an end right now.
Yep.
Maybe this could have been avoided, but sadly this is how it's all going to go. DOH and CHF against TMS and INS. Anyone have to say anything?
Not really. I wish you bad luck, I guess.
Something tells me that's not gonna happen.
As Clown said in Season 1, let our actions speak.
Actions speak louder than words.
CHF and their allies have won. Shuf now had everything he wanted, control over the world, but now he realized that he achieved everything he wanted, but at what cost? Now that he had everything, what was his purpose?
Guys, I'm passing the crown to Alex because I think it's time for me to retire. Time, like it ended. This is how it ends for me. I never intended it to happen like this, but it did. Alex, you take the crown and you pass it around, but I'm happy it's fucking done, man. It's finally done.
Let's go.
Congrats, man. You're the new king. I'm leaving.
Oh my god.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Bye, Chu. You were the best.
Goodbye. It's
I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you.
Guys,
Chuv 2,
it is the end for me. I have done enough. Take everything.
And this is everything for Season 3. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100k by the end of the year, and if you wish to support me, there is a link to my Patreon in the description. Also, come hang out with us on the Discord, everyone is pretty chill there. On this note, it was Ray, see you next time.
Me and Rasplin have one thing in common. Do you know what it is?
What is behind you? Yeah.
Glacial. Wait, Ray, I'm gonna create content. Glacial, leave or you die.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Okay. Ray, me and Rasplin have one thing in common. Do you know what it is? What do you think it is?
You two like PP Crystal?
Yeah. Therefore...
You two like women?
Bro. Dude.
Wow.